Good morning. Welcome to Reiki Wednesday. I'm Jamie Lee of Animal Bonds. If you're watching live, thank you for joining me this morning, bright and early. And if you're watching the replay, thank you. And as always, feel free to leave comments or questions down in the comments. If I don't see them live, then I will get back to you. I'll go through this and get back to you next week and try to answer all your questions. So I'm going to try to switch this so I can see. Sometimes I can't see who comes on live with me, so if I don't acknowledge you, I apologize. A lot of times I don't see it till the replay, and I'm not really sure why that is. But anyway, today I wanted to tell you about an article that I recently read, and it was on happiness and focusing on your own happiness and steps that you can take to do that. And you know, in my 20 plus years of energy work, I've come to realize that the most powerful thing I can do to help other people and other animals is to help myself. And that's where the system of Reiki comes in. So it's through practicing the Reiki techniques, the system of Reiki, the tools, the meditations, practicing that daily and being committed to it, then I'm able to connect with animals and people in a compassionate, healing way. And my clients, whether they're animals or human, can feel this connection. They can feel this energy and they melt into the connection because they seem to know subconsciously the role that energy plays in the healing process. They may not know it from their mind, they may not be able to express it, but subconsciously they seem to understand the role that energy plays in the healing process. And the secret to that is connection. And we see it clearly in modern research on attachment theory. And the attachment theory most recently from Dr. Alan Shore states that the first year of an infant's life, the first 2 years actually, but in the first year, many things develop and their brain actually syncs, becomes connected. The right hemisphere of an infant's brain connects to its main caregiver's right hemisphere of their brain, which is usually the mother. So that first year, their brain is still developing, and it's important that they connect with their mother because that's where they learn through this connection that they have with their main caregiver how to control their emotions. It determines what kind of life they might have in the future. So if an infant, as their brain is developing and they've made this connection and they feel safe and they feel secure and they feel loved, most likely they're going to grow up to be an adult that is in healthy relationships, they feel safe, and they have a successful life. If, however, during that same year, they don't make that connection, or they grow up with abuse or neglect, those type of things, then they're set up sometimes for not being able to process healthy, loving relationships. And they may also experience anxiety, depression, mental illness, relationship problems. So from the time we are infants, our health and our happiness can be found in our connections. And the same is true for animals. So people, when we're under stress, what happens? A lot of times we experience depression, we may get anxiety, we may not be able to sleep, we may develop skin rashes, all kinds of things. Physical ailments can actually happen because we're under a great deal of stress, right? Well, pets have stresses too in their life. And a lot of times their stress comes because they are mirroring back what we're going through. So if we have a very, very stressful job and a lot of stress in our life, our pets may mirror that back to us. And while we may not know initially that's what's going on, it may look like they have some kind of skin allergy because they're itching all the time. And that may be indeed what it is. It may be the environment or food, or it could be that they are affected by the stress in our life. So all of those things can play a role in a pet's life, but we don't always see that initially. It takes a while. We see the physical symptoms, okay? So what I do, I work with people and their animals as a team, and I show them very small lifestyle changes that they can make to improve both of their lives, radically transform the lives of their pets. And it can be very, very simple. It might be something as simple as turning the radio on, or leaving a window open so they can see out, or maybe it's closing the window because there's too much stimulation out there and it stresses them out. Or one thing, it may be as simple as diffusing essential oils to put in a calming atmosphere for the animal. One thing I always teach is how to meditate with your pets, because when you meditate, that's when you come into contact with the connection. And the secret to healing is in the connection. Now, none of this is rocket science. It really isn't. The problem is most people don't even know how to relate to themselves, much less their animals. And I teach people to override their suffering so their animal isn't suffering too. Good morning, Chris. Thank you for joining me this morning. I see you're up bright and early. So remember, once a person embraces the animal's connection to all of life, and this connection is far deeper than ours. It's deeper and it hasn't been as violated as ours has. So when they embrace that, they discover the connection to healing. And if you'd like to learn more about bringing this healing connection into your life and the life of your animals, please go to my Facebook page, which you might be on right now, Jamie Lee Animal Bonds. Be sure to like that, because every day I try to post something that helps people connect to that healing power that's there with the relationship they share with their animals. So I'm always posting on that. And I'm here every week for Reiki Wednesday. And I also have classes coming up if you'd like to learn more. And you can find that all on my Facebook page. So for today, I just want to leave you with the possibility to be open to the healing power of the human-animal connection. Remember, the healing is in the connection. And the animals, nature, this is the best medicine for us. So I hope you have a fabulous day. Thank you for joining me again on Reiki Wednesday. I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you next week. Until then, namaste.